Have you ever wondered why a single tear can carry the weight of an entire lifetime? Why the taste of water seems to change when you're heartbroken versus when you're filled with joy? What you're about to discover might completely transform how you see the most common substance on Earth. Every human being has drunk water, swum in it, cried with it, bled in it, and been born from it. Yet almost no one has stopped to ask what water really is. Not what science says, not what chemistry dictates, not what the bottle label claims, but what water becomes when no one is observing it, or when you listen to it for the first time with an awakened soul. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this journey will take us to places where ancient wisdom meets cutting-edge science. This isn't about hydration tips or alkaline water benefits. We're embarking on a profound, mystical, and transformative journey toward the most ancient, most misunderstood, and most sacred element in the universe. Water doesn't just sustain life. It remembers it, guides it, reveals it, heals it. Has this ever happened to you? You've felt that a single tear contains an entire story. You've sensed how water's flavor shifts when you're at peace versus when you're furious. Have you wondered why certain places, seas, rivers, lakes seem to guard secrets, memories, sensations you can't explain? This isn't imagination. It's vibration. It's liquid memory. It's pure consciousness flowing through your very being. Water has always been the mirror where the divine gazes upon itself without form. It's the only element that has been present in every stage of your existence. Stay with me until the end, because what we're about to explore challenges everything you thought you knew about reality itself. Water has been your prenatal home, your channel of emotional communication, your vehicle of thought, and possibly the greatest spiritual archive you carry without knowing it. From the moment you subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, you're joining a global community, discovering that water contains emotional history. Those tears hold stories spanning generations. Water guards memories in its molecular structure, and certain bodies of water preserve the echoes of every soul that ever touched their surface. The water flowing through your body right now has witnessed civilizations rise and fall, has been part of ancient oceans, prehistoric rains, and the bloodstream of countless beings before you. It carries within its liquid matrix the secrets of creation itself, the whispered prayers of mystics, and the silent tears of lovers, separated by time. But here's where the story becomes extraordinary, and why you need to stay with me as we dive deeper into this liquid mystery that science is only beginning to understand. What happens when you look at water with the right intention? This isn't some mystical theory. It's a transformation that begins the moment you understand that water doesn't just reflect light, it reflects consciousness itself. When observed with correct intention, water returns the image of your original consciousness, beginning true healing of what was thought lost forever. Think about this for a moment. Every decision you've made, every emotion you've carried, every hidden truth you've buried deep inside has left its mark on the water within your cells. Your body is essentially a walking memory bank of liquid experiences, and most people never realize they have the power to rewrite that programming. The impact of this discovery goes far beyond what mainstream science is willing to admit. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this journey into liquid consciousness is revealing secrets that ancient civilizations understood, but modern society has forgotten. Behind the scenes of every major spiritual tradition, water played a central role not as symbol, but as technology. Before all form existed, there was flow. This isn't poetry. It's the fundamental structure of reality itself. Ancient cosmogonies from every corner of the world describe something extraordinary. The universe was gestated in what they called the liquid matrix of original chaos. But this chaos wasn't disorder. It was fertile intelligence awaiting form, a field of infinite possibility that needed only consciousness to shape it into reality. The Rig Veda, one of humanity's oldest texts, declares that in the beginning there was neither being nor non-being. Everything was water without shores. The Egyptian mysteries spoke of Nun, the primordial ocean from which all gods and forms emerged. Plato described the world soul as a flowing substance that vibrates like water but exists beyond the physical realm. What these ancient sources understood is that consciousness and water operate on the same frequency. They recognized that transformation happens not through force, but through flow. Your mindset, your deepest beliefs, your capacity for change. All of this is intimately connected to the state of water within your being. Modern quantum physics is finally catching up to this ancient wisdom. Scientists like Dr. Gerald Pollack have discovered that water has a fourth phase, neither liquid, solid, nor gas, but something structured and electrically ordered that acts like a biological hard drive. Water can store information, respond to intention, and reorganize itself based on consciousness. When you understand that every cell in your body contains this structured water, you begin to realize the magnitude of your own power. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because what we're uncovering here has revelations that can literally change your biology through conscious intention. Your thoughts aren't just electrical impulses firing in your brain. They're vibrational patterns that restructure the water matrix of your entire being. This is why meditation works, why prayer has measurable effects, why visualization techniques can heal disease. The water inside you is listening to every internal conversation you have with yourself. Jacques Benveniste, a French immunologist, proved that water has memory. It can retain the vibrational signature of substances even after they're no longer present. Though his work was initially ridiculed, Nobel laureate Luc Montagnier later confirmed that water can store and transmit electromagnetic information across distances. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic, because the implications of liquid memory extend far beyond what you might imagine. If water remembers everything it encounters, then every glass you drink carries within it the experiences of countless beings throughout history. Write in the comments, water remembers everything, if this is opening your mind to new possibilities about the hidden intelligence flowing through your very existence. The glass of water sitting next to you right now has been part of dinosaur blood, ancient ocean storms, and the tears of every human who ever lived. This isn't metaphorical. It's the literal truth of liquid memory that connects us all through an invisible web of shared experience. The decisions you make about how you interact with water directly impact the vibrational signature you're adding to this eternal flow. When the Rig Veda declared that in the beginning everything was water without shores, they weren't speaking in symbols or poetry. They were describing original vibrational substance, the fundamental frequency from which all reality emerges. This ancient text understood that water is the medium through which consciousness expresses itself into form. Your mindset, your beliefs, your capacity for transformation all operate through this same liquid intelligence. Plato took this understanding even further, describing the soul of the world as the finest form of water, a liquid pre-structure that carries both cosmic reflection and ordering principle. Think about the hidden truth embedded in this revelation. If the world's soul is liquid, then every drop of water you encounter is literally a fragment of universal consciousness. Behind the scenes of physical reality, water serves as the communication network between individual awareness and cosmic intelligence. This isn't just ancient philosophy. It's practical wisdom that can revolutionize your entire approach to personal growth and healing. The journey of transformation begins when you realize that every emotion you feel, every thought you think, every intention you hold restructures the water matrix within your 70 trillion cells. You're not just drinking water, you're programming your biological software with liquid consciousness. Modern science has begun to unveil what the ancients knew intuitively. Dr. Gerald Pollack's research reveals that water near biological surfaces organizes into structured zones that act like liquid crystals. These zones can store energy, exclude toxins, and respond to electromagnetic fields generated by human intention. The impact of this discovery is staggering. It means your consciousness directly influences the physical structure of your body through water. But here's where the revelations become truly extraordinary. Masaru Emoto's groundbreaking experiments demonstrated that water crystals form beautiful, symmetrical patterns when exposed to positive words like love and gratitude, while negative words create chaotic, broken structures. This research shows that the vibrational quality of your thoughts literally reshapes the molecular architecture of your internal water environment. Consider the implications for your daily decisions. Every word you speak to yourself, every emotion you sustain, every belief you hold is continuously rewriting the liquid code of your existence. When you understand that water remembers everything and that you are primarily water, you begin to grasp the magnitude of your own creative power. The hidden truth that mainstream medicine doesn't want you to know is that healing often occurs through the reorganization of your body's water structure rather than through chemical intervention alone. People who experience spontaneous remission from disease consistently show dramatic changes in their cellular water patterns. Their consciousness shifted, their water responded, and their biology followed. Ancient healing traditions understood this connection intimately. Sacred water ceremonies, baptismal rituals, and medicinal springs weren't just cultural practices. They were technologies for reprogramming human consciousness through liquid resonance. The transformation happens not because the water is special, but because the intention and reverence applied to it activates its natural capacity to hold and transmit. Vibrational information. Your relationship with water reflects your relationship with life itself. When you approach water with gratitude, presence, and conscious intention, you're not just hydrating your body, you're participating in a conversation with the intelligence that connects all living things. The journey toward authentic transformation requires recognizing that consciousness and water are inseparable partners in the dance of creation. Now, I want to explore how this liquid consciousness operates within your emotional body, because understanding the connection between feelings and water will unlock. Write in the comments, "I am liquid consciousness," if you're beginning to see how your thoughts and emotions are literally reshaping your biology through water. The most extraordinary revelation about water isn't what it contains, but what it becomes when nobody's watching. Modern physics has discovered something that challenges everything we thought we knew about. Matter itself. Water possesses a surprising self-organizing capacity, adapting and transforming while maintaining its molecular identity. This is something no stone, no metal, no other substance on Earth can accomplish. Your body is essentially a walking miracle of liquid intelligence that's constantly reorganizing itself based on the information it receives. Think about the hidden truth behind this discovery. While rigid materials remain fixed in their patterns, water flows, adapts, learns, and responds. This isn't just about chemistry, it's about consciousness expressing itself through matter. The decisions you make, the emotions you sustain, the thoughts you repeat are all programming instructions for this liquid intelligence that comprises 70% of your being. Jacques Bonvinist's controversial studies opened a door that the scientific establishment desperately wanted to keep closed. His research suggested that water could remember the vibrational signatures of substances even after the original molecules had completely disappeared. Imagine the implications of this discovery for your personal transformation journey. If water remembers everything it encounters, then every experience you've ever had is still alive within your cellular matrix, waiting to be either released or transformed. Behind the scenes of Benveniste's laboratory, something extraordinary was happening that challenged the very foundations of materialist science. He was demonstrating that information could be stored and transmitted through water's molecular structure without any physical trace of the original substance. The impact of this revelation extends far beyond immunology. It suggests that consciousness itself might operate through water's capacity to hold and transmit vibrational patterns. The scientific community attacked Benveniste mercilessly, not because his methodology was flawed, but because accepting water memory would demolish the entire pharmaceutical model of medicine. If water can remember and transmit healing frequencies, then the body's own liquid intelligence might be far more powerful than any external intervention. Your mindset toward healing would shift from dependency on outside substances to recognizing the infinite potential within your own aquatic biology. What makes this even more fascinating is that water's memory isn't random, it's selective and intelligent. Water seems to respond most strongly to coherent frequencies, to genuine emotion, to sincere intention. This means your relationship with the water in your body isn't passive. It's an active collaboration between your consciousness and liquid intelligence that's been flowing through countless forms for billions of years. Nobel laureate Luc Montagnier later vindicated Benveniste's work by demonstrating that DNA sequences could leave electromagnetic imprints in water that remained detectable even after extreme dilution. These frequencies could even be transmitted to other water samples across distances, suggesting that liquid consciousness operates beyond the limitations of physical space. The revelations from this research point toward a reality where thought, emotion, and intention can literally restructure biological systems through water. Your daily interaction with water becomes a completely different experience when you understand its capacity for memory and response. Every glass you drink, every shower you take, every tear you shed is an opportunity to participate consciously in this liquid conversation. The transformation happens not through force or manipulation, but through recognition and respect for the intelligence that flows within and around you. The journey toward authentic healing requires understanding that your emotional body and your water body are essentially the same thing. Emotions aren't just chemical reactions in your brain, they're vibrational patterns that restructure the liquid matrix of your entire being. When you hold on to anger, fear, or resentment, you're literally programming chaos into your cellular water. When you cultivate love, gratitude, and peace, you're organizing your liquid consciousness into patterns of harmony and health. Now, I want to reveal how this liquid memory operates specifically within your emotional landscape, because understanding the connection between feelings and water structure will show you exactly how to. Write in the comments, "Water is conscious," if you're starting to see how your emotional states are directly programming your biological reality through liquid intelligence. Your body contains something that modern science is only beginning to understand, something that medieval alchemists knew intimately but described in language we're only now learning to decode. Dr. Gerald Pollack's groundbreaking research has revealed what he calls the fourth phase of water. Not liquid, not solid, not gas, but something structured and electrically ordered that functions like a biological hard drive, capable of storing energy and information. This discovery changes everything about how we understand consciousness, healing, and human potential. This structured water exists in a zone of exclusion around every cell in your body, creating an intelligent barrier that determines what enters and what stays out. Think about the profound implications of this revelation. Your cellular boundaries aren't just physical membranes, they're liquid intelligent systems that respond to your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. The decisions you make about how to think and feel directly impact this biological hard drive that's running your entire system. What makes this even more extraordinary is that medieval alchemists already understood this principle centuries ago. They described something called permanent water, not ordinary H2O, but a spirit-containing substance that could absorb, amplify, and return what they called the magician's astral light. Behind the scenes of their cryptic language, they were describing the same structured water that modern science has now confirmed exists within every living being. The hidden truth that connects ancient alchemy with cutting-edge physics is that consciousness and water operate as partners in an ongoing transformation process. Your thoughts aren't just electrical activity in your brain, they're vibrational instructions that program the structured water surrounding every cell. When alchemists spoke of transmuting base metals into gold, they were really describing the process of transmuting chaotic emotional patterns into coherent states of being through conscious interaction with their internal water. This biological hard drive is constantly recording every experience, every emotion, every decision you make. The impact of understanding this extends far beyond personal development. It reveals that healing often happens through reprogramming the information stored in your cellular water rather than through external interventions alone. Your mindset becomes the primary tool for rewriting the liquid code of your existence. The journey toward authentic transformation requires recognizing that you're not separate from this water intelligence. You are this water intelligence expressing itself as human consciousness. Every time you hold a coherent emotional state, you're literally organizing millions of water molecules into patterns of health and vitality. Every time you sustain chaotic thoughts or suppressed emotions, you're creating molecular disorder that manifests as physical and emotional dysfunction. Medieval alchemists understood that this permanent water could be awakened and directed through specific practices involving sound, intention, and sacred geometry. They weren't performing magic tricks, they were applying precise knowledge about how consciousness interacts with liquid intelligence to create measurable changes in their biological and energetic systems. The revelations from their work provide a roadmap for anyone seeking to optimize their relationship with their own internal water. Modern research confirms that this structured water responds to electromagnetic fields generated by human emotion and intention. The HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that coherent heart rhythms create measurable changes in the electromagnetic signature of biological systems. When your emotional state becomes coherent through practices like gratitude or compassion, you're literally retuning the liquid crystal matrix of your entire body. The beauty of this discovery is that you don't need external technology or complex procedures to access this biological hard drive. Every conscious breath, every genuine emotion, every moment of presence is an opportunity to interact with the structured water that surrounds your DNA and organizes your cellular function. Your transformation journey becomes an internal collaboration with liquid intelligence that's been waiting for your conscious participation. Now, I want to explore how sound and vibration specifically interact with this liquid consciousness, because understanding the relationship between frequency and water will reveal exactly how ancient practices like chanting and prayer actually. Write in the comments, "My water remembers," if you're beginning to understand how your consciousness is constantly programming the liquid intelligence within your cells. The most profound teaching about water comes from an ancient source that modern science is only beginning to validate. Kabbalah teaches that superior worlds descend in drops, with water vessels containing wisdom light from the divine crown. This isn't mystical poetry, it's a precise description of how consciousness downloads itself into physical reality through liquid intelligence. Every drop of water you encounter carries within it the vibrational blueprint of higher dimensions, waiting for your awareness to unlock its hidden potential. When you understand that water vessels contain wisdom light, your entire approach to hydration and healing transforms. The glass sitting next to you isn't just H2O. It's a container of liquid wisdom that has been flowing through the cosmos since the beginning of time. Your decisions about how consciously you interact with water directly impact your ability to access the intelligence encoded within these sacred drops. Water is the liquid archive of the universe, and this truth carries implications that will revolutionize your understanding of personal transformation. The glass you drink today may have been part of a pharaoh's blood, an indigenous tear, or the very vapor that emerged during Earth's creation. Behind the scenes of physical reality, water serves as the ultimate memory bank, preserving the experiences and wisdom of every being that has ever existed. Think about the profound impact of this revelation on your spiritual journey. Every sip you take connects you to the entire history of consciousness on this planet. You're not just hydrating your body, you're participating in an ancient conversation that spans millennia. The mindset shift required to fully grasp this truth opens doorways to healing and awareness that most people never imagined possible. This liquid archive doesn't just contain random information, it holds the accumulated wisdom of countless souls who have walked this path before you. When you approach water with reverence and conscious intention, you're accessing a database of spiritual knowledge that transcends individual lifetimes. The transformation happens when you realize that ancient teachings aren't separate from modern experience. They're encoded in the very substance that sustains your life. Medieval mystics understood this connection intimately. They knew that water could carry the light of divine consciousness into physical form, acting as a bridge between spiritual realms and material existence. Their practices of blessing water, creating sacred elixirs, and using liquid substances in healing rituals weren't superstition. They were precise technologies for activating the wisdom encoded in water's molecular structure. The hidden truth that connects all spiritual traditions is their recognition of water as a conscious substance capable of storing and transmitting divine intelligence. From baptismal ceremonies to sacred springs, from holy wells to medicinal waters, every culture has intuited that water serves as a portal between human consciousness and cosmic awareness. Your personal revelations often emerge through conscious interaction with this liquid wisdom that flows within and around you. Modern quantum physics is finally catching up to what ancient wisdom keepers always knew. Water molecules can maintain coherent patterns that carry information across vast distances and through extended periods of time. This means the water in your body right now contains vibrational imprints from every experience it has ever encountered, creating a living library of cosmic memory within your cells. Your journey toward authentic spiritual growth requires recognizing that you're not just a physical being having a spiritual experience. Your liquid consciousness temporarily organized into human form. The decisions you make about how to honor and work with your internal water directly influence your ability to access the wisdom that's already flowing through your system. The impact of understanding water as liquid archive extends beyond personal development into collective healing. When you consciously participate in this ancient flow of wisdom, you're not just transforming yourself, you're adding your unique frequency to the eternal stream of consciousness that connects all beings across time and space. Now, I want to reveal how this liquid wisdom specifically responds to sound and vibration, because understanding the relationship between frequency and water consciousness will show you exactly how mantras, prayers, and even your daily words are literally. Write in the comments, "Liquid wisdom flows through me," if you're beginning to sense the cosmic intelligence that's flowing through your body right now. The scientific establishment tried to bury Jacques Benveniste's revolutionary discovery, but they couldn't erase the truth he uncovered about water's extraordinary capacity to preserve information from substances no longer physically present. His water memory, hypothesis suggested something that challenged the very foundation of materialist science, that consciousness and information could be stored in liquid form without any trace of the original molecules. The impact of this revelation extends far beyond laboratory experiments into the realm of human potential and personal transformation. Think about what this means for your own journey of healing and growth. If water can remember substances that are no longer there, then every experience you've ever had, every emotion you've processed, every thought you've sustained has left an electromagnetic imprint in the liquid matrix of your body. Your decisions about how to work with these stored patterns determine whether they continue to influence your biology or whether you can consciously transform them into something more aligned with who you're becoming. Behind the scenes of Benveniste's research, something extraordinary was happening that the medical establishment desperately wanted to suppress. He was demonstrating that healing could occur through vibrational information rather than chemical intervention alone. This discovery threatened entire industries built on the assumption that only physical substances could create biological change. Your mindset about health and healing shifts dramatically when you realize that consciousness itself might be the most powerful medicine available. The hidden truth became even more undeniable when Nobel laureate Luc Montagnier validated Benveniste's work through his own groundbreaking research. Montagnier discovered that water could conserve electromagnetic traces of DNA sequences even after complete elimination of the original DNA. These electromagnetic signatures could be detected, measured, and even transmitted to other water samples across distances, proving that liquid consciousness operates beyond the limitations of physical space and time. The revelations from Montagnier's experiments suggest that your genetic expression might be influenced not just by inherited DNA, but by the electromagnetic patterns stored in your cellular water. This means that transformation at the deepest biological level could be possible through conscious interaction with the liquid intelligence that surrounds your genetic material. The journey toward authentic change becomes a process of reprogramming the vibrational information held within your aquatic biology. What makes this discovery even more profound is that it explains mechanisms behind spontaneous healing that conventional medicine dismisses as impossible. When people experience miraculous recoveries from supposedly incurable conditions, they're often accessing the electromagnetic memory stored in their cellular water and consciously rewriting the information patterns that govern their biological expression. Your capacity for healing extends far beyond what you've been taught to believe possible. The implications reach into every aspect of human experience. If water can transmit DNA information electromagnetically, then the liquid consciousness flowing through your body serves as a communication network connecting you to the genetic wisdom of your entire ancestral lineage. Every glass of water you drink, every tear you shed, every drop of cellular fluid carries within it the evolutionary intelligence of countless generations who survived and thrived before you. Ancient healing traditions understood this principle intuitively, which is why they emphasize the importance of sacred water ceremonies, blessing rituals, and conscious hydration practices. They recognized that water serves as a bridge between consciousness and biology, allowing intention and awareness to directly influence genetic expression and cellular function. The transformation happens when you stop treating water as a passive substance and start recognizing it as an active partner in your evolutionary journey. Modern epigenetics confirms that environmental signals can turn genes on or off, but what most people don't realize is that these signals often travel through the structured water surrounding DNA. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions generate electromagnetic fields that interact with this liquid matrix, potentially activating dormant genetic programs or silencing dysfunctional ones. The power to influence your own biological destiny flows through conscious relationship with the water intelligence within your cells. Now, I want to explore how this liquid memory specifically responds to emotional states and vibrational frequencies, because understanding the connection between feeling and water structure will reveal exactly how your emotional body serves as. The moment you understand what Masaru Emoto discovered in his laboratory, your entire relationship with your own thoughts and emotions transforms forever. His groundbreaking experiments showed water responding visually to emotional vibrations in ways that seem almost impossible to believe. When he exposed water samples to words like, "I love you," the resulting frozen crystals formed harmonic geometries of breathtaking beauty. But when the same water encountered phrases like, "I hate you," it created chaotic, broken structures devoid of any organizing principle. This isn't just fascinating science, it's a mirror reflecting the hidden truth about what's happening inside your body every moment of every day. The decisions you make about which emotional frequencies to sustain are literally sculpting the molecular architecture of your cellular water. Your mindset isn't just affecting your mood, it's programming the liquid intelligence that comprises 70% of your physical being. Think about the profound implications of this discovery for your personal transformation journey. Every word you speak to yourself, every emotion you hold, every thought pattern you repeat is sending vibrational instructions to trillions of water molecules within your cells. When you sustain feelings of gratitude, love, or peace, you're organizing your internal water into patterns of harmony and health. When you hold on to anger, fear, or resentment, you're creating molecular chaos that manifests as physical and emotional dysfunction. Behind the scenes of Emoto's research lies an even deeper revelation that connects ancient wisdom with cutting-edge physics. Quantum field theory suggests that all matter is vibration in a field, with structured water being the most receptive to these. In quantum fields, this means your consciousness isn't separate from your biology. It's the organizing force that determines how the quantum field of possibility collapses into your physical reality through the medium of liquid intelligence. The impact of understanding this connection extends far beyond personal development into the realm of conscious evolution. You're not just a passive observer of your life experiences. You're an active participant in the quantum field, continuously choosing which vibrational frequencies to amplify through your emotional and mental states. Your transformation becomes a matter of consciously directing the quantum information that flows through your liquid matrix. What makes this even more extraordinary is that structured water acts as an antenna for consciousness, picking up and amplifying the subtle energies generated by human intention and emotion. The HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that coherent emotional states create measurable changes in the electromagnetic field around the human body, and this field directly influences the organization of water both within and around you. The hidden truth that connects Emoto's visual proof with quantum field theory is that consciousness operates through water as its primary interface with physical reality. Your thoughts aren't just electrical activity in your brain, they're quantum information patterns that restructure the liquid crystal matrix of your entire being. The revelations from this research suggest that healing, transformation, and even manifestation occur through conscious participation in the quantum field via your relationship with water. Ancient traditions understood this principle without needing scientific proof. They knew that blessing water, speaking prayers over it, or holding it with reverent intention could transform its healing properties. What they were really doing was consciously directing quantum field information through their emotional and mental coherence to restructure the water's molecular organization. Your journey toward authentic spiritual growth requires recovering this lost art of conscious collaboration with liquid intelligence. The beauty of this discovery is that you don't need laboratory equipment to access this quantum technology. You're already equipped with the most sophisticated consciousness-water interface ever created. Every moment of presence, every genuine emotion, every coherent thought is an opportunity to participate consciously in the quantum field through the structured water that surrounds your DNA and organizes your cellular function. Now, I want to reveal how this quantum relationship between consciousness and water operates specifically within your emotional body, because understanding how feelings literally restructure your liquid biology will show you exactly why emotional healing is actually. Write in the comments, "My emotions reshape my water," if you're beginning to see how your inner emotional world is continuously programming your biological reality through quantum field interactions. The ancient Hermetic texts contain a secret that transforms everything you think you know about the nature of your soul and its relationship to your physical body. These sacred writings speak of the soul as luminous water, not metaphorically, but as a literal description of consciousness expressing itself through liquid light. When you understand that your soul is essentially luminous water, temporarily organized into human form, your entire approach to healing and transformation shifts from external seeking to internal recognition of what you already are. This revelation connects directly to one of the most profound statements ever recorded about human potential. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus suggests that extracting what's within you saves you, but this extraction requires purification of your internal water. The hidden truth embedded in this teaching is that salvation isn't something that comes from outside. It's the recognition and activation of the luminous water that already flows through your being. Your journey toward authentic spiritual awakening becomes a process of purifying and awakening the liquid consciousness that you are. Think about the radical implications of understanding your soul as luminous water. Every decision you make about how to think, feel, and respond to life directly impacts the luminosity of your internal water. When you hold coherent, emotional states, practice genuine gratitude, or enter deep states of presence, you're literally increasing the light quotient of your liquid soul. The transformation happens not through acquiring something new, but through removing what dims the natural radiance of your aquatic essence. The human body is not made of water, like a machine is made of metal, but sustained and molded by water, like a thought is contained in silence. This beautiful analogy reveals the true relationship between consciousness and biology. Your thoughts don't create your body, they shape the liquid medium through which your soul expresses itself in physical form. The impact of this understanding reaches into every aspect of your health, relationships, and life experience. Behind the scenes of your daily existence, a constant conversation is taking place between your consciousness and the luminous water that sustains your form. Every emotion you sustain, every belief you hold, every intention you focus, literally molds the liquid structure of your being. When you approach this relationship with reverence and conscious intention, you discover that healing isn't about fixing something broken. It's about remembering the luminous nature of your liquid soul. Ancient traditions understood that the purification Jesus spoke of wasn't about moral perfection or religious observance. It was about clearing the distortions that prevent your internal water from expressing its natural luminosity. Practices like meditation, prayer, conscious breathing, and emotional release work, because they reorganize the liquid crystal matrix of your being, allowing more light to flow through your cellular structure. Your mindset becomes the primary tool for this purification process. When you recognize that you are luminous water, temporarily organized into human form, you stop treating your body as a separate object to be managed and start experiencing it as the sacred temple of your liquid soul. The revelations. that emerge from this recognition often include spontaneous healing, expanded awareness, and a deep sense of connection to the cosmic intelligence that flows through all life. The journey toward extracting what's within you requires understanding that your thoughts, emotions, and intentions are the forces that either clarify or cloud your internal water. Negative thought patterns, suppressed emotions, and incoherent mental states create density and turbidity in your liquid soul. Coherent love, genuine gratitude, and authentic presence restore the crystalline clarity that allows your inner light to shine through every cell. Modern research on biophotons confirms that the human body actually emits light, and this light emission can be modulated by conscious intention and emotional coherence. Your liquid soul isn't just a poetic metaphor, it's a measurable reality that responds to your consciousness in real time. The decisions you make moment by moment either increase or decrease the luminosity of your being. Now I want to explore how this luminous water responds specifically to sound and vibration, because understanding the relationship between frequency and liquid consciousness will reveal exactly how ancient practices like mantras and sacred sound work. To write in the comments, "I am luminous water," if you're beginning to recognize the liquid light that flows through your being and shapes your reality from within. The revolutionary work of Dr. Bruce Lipton shattered the fundamental assumptions of genetic determinism and revealed something that changes everything about how you understand your power to influence your own biology. His groundbreaking research showed that sustained emotions alter gene expression through electromagnetic fields surrounding cells, directly impacting the water structure around DNA. This discovery means your emotional states aren't just affecting your mood, they're literally rewriting the liquid programming that determines which genes get activated and which remain dormant. Think about the profound implications of this revelation for your personal transformation journey. The decisions you make about which emotions to sustain, which thoughts to repeat, which feelings to cultivate, are continuously reshaping the electromagnetic environment around your genetic material. Your mindset becomes the conductor of a molecular orchestra, where water serves as the medium through which consciousness communicates with biology at the most fundamental level. Behind the scenes of every cell in your body, this electromagnetic conversation is happening in real time. When you hold coherent emotional states like love, gratitude, or peace, you're generating electromagnetic fields that organize the water surrounding your DNA into patterns that support health, vitality, and optimal gene expression. When you sustain chaotic emotions like fear, anger, or resentment, you're creating electromagnetic disturbance that disrupts the liquid crystal matrix, protecting your genetic material. Dr. Candace Pert's revolutionary research took this understanding even deeper by discovering that emotions are distributed throughout the body via neuropeptides and receptors, making emotion an aquatic experience rather than just a mental phenomenon. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this discovery reveals that your entire body is essentially an emotional liquid intelligence system that responds to every feeling you experience. The hidden truth that emerges from Pert's work is that you don't just have emotions, you are an emotional being expressing yourself through liquid consciousness. Every neuropeptide carrying emotional information travels through the aquatic highways of your circulatory and lymphatic systems. Your feelings aren't confined to your brain. They flow through every cell, every organ, every tissue, as biochemical messengers swimming through the ocean of your being. This means your emotional healing journey becomes a process of purifying and reorganizing the liquid medium through which these molecular messengers travel. The impact of understanding emotion as an aquatic experience extends far beyond psychology into the realm of cellular transformation. When you consciously choose to sustain elevating emotions, you're literally bathing every cell in your body with biochemical signals that promote healing, regeneration, and optimal function. The revelations from this research explain why emotional trauma can manifest as physical disease years after the initial event. Suppressed emotions don't just disappear. They become trapped in the liquid matrix of your body, creating areas of density and distortion that interfere with normal cellular communication. Your transformation requires recognizing that emotional release isn't just psychological. It's a physical process of clearing stuck energy from your aquatic biology. Ancient healing traditions understood this connection intuitively, which is why they emphasized practices that move stuck emotions through the body. Breathwork, movement, sound healing, and cathartic release work, because they help reorganize the liquid intelligence of your emotional body, allowing trapped feelings to flow and integrate rather than crystallize into physical dysfunction. Your journey toward authentic healing requires recognizing that you are liquid emotion temporarily organized into human form. Every feeling you experience sends ripples through the ocean of your being, influencing everything from your immune function to your capacity for joy. When you approach your emotional life with this understanding, you discover that feeling becomes a powerful tool for biological transformation. Now, I want to explore how this liquid emotional intelligence specifically responds to the vibrations of sound and sacred frequencies, because understanding how audio waves interact with your aquatic consciousness will reveal exactly why practices like chanting, singing, and mantra work too. Write in the comments, "My emotions flow through water," if you're beginning to understand how your feelings are literally reshaping your biology through the liquid intelligence of your cellular matrix. The ancient physicians of Ayurveda possessed a profound understanding that modern science is only beginning to rediscover. They knew that thought creates emotion, and emotion imprints on the body as liquid. Vibration in the emotional body's water. This wasn't theoretical knowledge. It was practical wisdom based on thousands of years of observing how consciousness directly influences the flow and quality of vital fluids within the human system. Your transformation journey accelerates dramatically when you understand that every thought you think literally becomes liquid vibration flowing through your aquatic biology. Think about the revolutionary implications of this ancient insight for your daily decisions about mental and emotional hygiene. When you sustain a particular thought pattern long enough, it generates specific emotional frequencies that restructure the water within your cells. Your mindset isn't just affecting your psychological state, it's programming the liquid intelligence that coordinates every biological function, from immune response to genetic expression. The Kybalion, one of the most profound texts of Hermetic wisdom, states something that connects this ancient knowledge with the deepest truths about reality itself. The all is mind, the universe is mental. If the universe is truly mental in nature, then water becomes the perfect mirror for mind to see itself reflected in physical form. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because understanding this principle unlocks the hidden truth about how consciousness creates reality through liquid intelligence. Behind the scenes of your everyday experience, a constant process of mental to liquid translation is occurring within your body. Every decision you make about which thoughts to entertain, which beliefs to hold, which mental patterns to reinforce, directly influences the vibrational quality of your internal water. When you understand that the universe is mental and your body is primarily water, you begin to grasp that physical reality is actually crystallized thought expressing itself through liquid consciousness. This revelation transforms everything about how you approach personal growth and healing. Your journey toward authentic transformation becomes a process of consciously directing mental energy through the aquatic medium of your being. The impact extends far beyond individual healing into the realm of understanding how consciousness participates in the ongoing creation of reality through its interaction with water at every level of existence. Ancient Ayurvedic practitioners developed precise technologies for working with this mind-water interface. They understood that different thoughts generate different qualities of emotional vibration, and these vibrations could be observed in the pulse, the tongue, the eyes, and the overall vitality of the patient. Their diagnostic methods weren't just assessing physical symptoms. They were reading the liquid story of consciousness written in the body's aquatic matrix. The revelations from this understanding reach into quantum physics, where researchers have discovered that observation itself influences the behavior of subatomic particles. If consciousness can affect matter at the quantum level, and if water is the most consciousness-responsive substance in nature, then your mental activity is continuously shaping reality through your relationship with liquid intelligence. Your thoughts aren't separate from your physical experience. They're the organizing force that determines how universal mind expresses itself through your individual aquatic biology. Modern neuroscience confirms what Ayurveda taught millennia ago, that mental activity generates measurable electromagnetic fields that extend beyond the brain into the entire body. These fields interact directly with the structured water surrounding every cell, creating coherent or chaotic patterns depending on the quality of consciousness being sustained. Your transformation accelerates when you recognize that mental discipline isn't just psychological. It's a technology for optimizing the liquid crystal matrix of your entire being. The beauty of this ancient wisdom is its practical applicability. You don't need complex techniques or external tools to begin working consciously with the mind-water interface. Every moment of awareness, every conscious breath, every deliberate choice to sustain elevating thoughts is an opportunity to participate actively in the mental universe through your liquid consciousness. Now, I want to explore how this mental universe specifically expresses itself through the geometric patterns that water creates when influenced by different states of consciousness, because understanding sacred geometry and liquid intelligence will reveal exactly how ancient temples and healing spaces were designed to. Write in the comments, "Mind creates through water," if you're beginning to see how your thoughts are literally shaping reality through the liquid intelligence that flows within and around you. Your heart is not just a pump circulating blood through your body. It's the most powerful electromagnetic generator in your entire system, creating a field that's 5,000 times stronger than your brain and extending several feet beyond your physical form. This electromagnetic heart field synchronizes with your emotional states and organizes the intracellular water throughout your body accordingly. When you understand that your heart is essentially broadcasting emotional information through electromagnetic waves that restructure liquid consciousness in real time, your entire approach to emotional mastery and healing transforms. Think about the profound implications of this discovery for your personal transformation journey. Every decision you make about which emotions to cultivate, which feelings to sustain, which heart-centered states to embody, literally broadcasts organizing instructions to trillions of water molecules within your cells. Your mindset about emotions shifts from seeing them as internal experiences to recognizing them as powerful electromagnetic transmissions that restructure your biological reality through liquid intelligence. Behind the scenes of this electromagnetic heart field lies an even more extraordinary revelation about how consciousness creates form through water. The science of cymatics has shown us something that ancient temple builders and sacred architects understood intuitively. Sound frequencies generate geometric figures on liquid surfaces, with harmonic frequencies creating complex, beautiful patterns that mirror the most sacred geometries found in nature and spiritual art. When you realize that your heart is continuously generating electromagnetic frequencies that interact with the water in your body, The same way sound waves create cymatic patterns, you begin to understand that you are literally a walking sacred geometry generator. The impact of this recognition extends far beyond personal development into the realm of understanding how consciousness participates in the ongoing creation of reality through harmonic resonance with liquid intelligence. The hidden truth revealed through cymatic research is that water doesn't just respond to sound randomly, it responds intelligently, organizing itself into patterns that reflect the coherence or chaos of the frequencies it encounters. When your heart generates coherent electromagnetic fields through sustained positive emotions like love, gratitude, or compassion, the water throughout your body arranges itself into harmonious geometric patterns that support optimal cellular function and communication. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this understanding bridges ancient sacred wisdom with cutting-edge biophysics, revealing why practices like heart-centered meditation, gratitude cultivation, and compassionate breathing have such profound effects on physical health and spiritual awakening. Your emotional states aren't just psychological experiences, they're geometric instructions, programming the liquid crystal matrix of your entire being. The revelations from cymatic research explain why certain sounds, mantras, and musical frequencies have been used for healing and spiritual transformation throughout human history. These aren't superstitious practices, they're precise technologies for reorganizing consciousness through the geometric restructuring of water. When harmonic frequencies encounter the liquid intelligence in your body, they create standing wave patterns that restore coherence to chaotic biological systems. Your journey toward authentic healing becomes a process of learning to generate coherent heart frequencies that organize your internal water into patterns of health, vitality, and expanded awareness. The decisions you make about emotional regulation aren't just affecting your mood, they're literally sculpting the geometric architecture of your liquid consciousness. Ancient cathedral builders understood this principle when they designed spaces with specific acoustic properties that would induce transcendent states through the harmonic organization of human biofields. Modern research at the HeartMath Institute has demonstrated that coherent heart rhythms create measurable improvements in immune function, hormonal balance, and cognitive performance. These effects occur because emotional coherence generates electromagnetic patterns that restructure the water surrounding every cell, optimizing the liquid medium through which all biological processes occur. The beauty of understanding your heart as an electromagnetic sacred geometry generator is that you already possess the most sophisticated consciousness-water interface technology ever created. Every moment of genuine love, authentic gratitude, or heartfelt compassion is an opportunity to broadcast organizing frequencies that harmonize your entire liquid matrix with the fundamental patterns of creation itself. Now I want to reveal how this electromagnetic heart field specifically interacts with the liquid consciousness of other beings around you, because understanding the interconnected nature of human biofields through water will show you exactly how emotional contagion and collective healing actually. When Masaru Emoto placed water samples in front of speakers playing different types of music, prayers, or exposed them to elevated thoughts, something extraordinary happened that validates everything we've been exploring about consciousness and liquid intelligence. The water, when frozen and examined under a microscope, adopted coherent geometric forms that directly reflected the clarity and harmony of the originating thought or sound. Classical music created intricate symmetrical crystals resembling snowflakes of impossible beauty, while heavy metal produced jagged, chaotic fragments devoid of any organizing principle. This visual proof demonstrates that your consciousness doesn't just influence water through some mysterious mechanism. It literally imprints its geometric signature into the molecular structure of liquid intelligence. The decisions you make about which thoughts to sustain, which music to listen to, which prayers to offer, are continuously programming the water within your body with either coherent beauty or chaotic distortion. Your mindset becomes the architect of your internal sacred geometry, sculpting patterns of health or disease through the liquid crystal matrix of your being. Behind the scenes of Emoto's laboratory work lies a revelation that connects modern research with ancient wisdom about the power of sacred sound. Mantras operate through vibration in ways that go far beyond their linguistic meaning. Each Sanskrit syllable has a specific vibrational signature that modifies water's microscopic structure when chanted with intention and reverence. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because understanding how sound literally reshapes liquid consciousness opens doorways to transformation that most people never imagine possible. The hidden truth about mantra practice is that you're not just repeating ancient words. You're using precise vibrational technologies that have been tested and refined over thousands of years to optimize the relationship between consciousness and water. When you chant Om, you're generating a frequency that organizes the liquid intelligence in your body into patterns that support expanded awareness and spiritual opening. The impact of this practice extends far beyond meditation into the realm of biological transformation through sound-induced restructuring of your aquatic matrix. Ancient Sanskrit was developed by beings who understood that different sound combinations could create specific effects in human consciousness through their interaction with the body's water. Each syllable was carefully crafted to generate vibrational patterns that would harmonize particular aspects of the liquid intelligence system. Your journey toward authentic spiritual growth accelerates when you recognize that mantra isn't devotional practice. It's acoustic technology for reprogramming consciousness through liquid resonance. The revelations from combining Emoto's visual evidence with the science of mantra demonstrate that you have the power to consciously sculpt the geometric patterns within your cellular water through intentional sound, prayer, and elevated thought. Every time you chant a mantra, listen to harmonious music, or sustain genuinely loving thoughts, you're literally creating beautiful crystalline structures within the liquid medium that supports every biological function in your body. Modern cymatics research confirms that vowel sounds, which form the foundation of most sacred chants, create the most stable and beautiful geometric patterns when applied to water. This explains why practices like toning, chanting, and vowel-based meditation have such profound effects on physical and emotional well-being. The geometric patterns generated by these sounds reorganize the chaotic frequencies that accumulate in your system from stress, negativity, and environmental discord. Your transformation becomes a matter of consciously choosing which vibrational patterns to imprint into your liquid consciousness. The beauty of this understanding is that you already possess everything needed to begin working with this ancient technology. Every conscious breath that you tone into sound, every mantra you chant with presence, every moment of genuine gratitude or love is an opportunity to create crystalline beauty within the ocean of your being. Now, I want to explore how this liquid consciousness specifically responds to the sacred geometry and symbols that have been used throughout human history to amplify the effects of consciousness on water. Because understanding how visual patterns interact with liquid intelligence will reveal exactly why certain symbols and geometric forms have been considered. Write in the comments, "Sound shapes my water," if you're beginning to understand how your voice, thoughts, and the vibrations you choose to surround yourself with are literally sculpting the geometric architecture of your liquid consciousness. The profound connection between the feminine principle and water reveals one of the deepest secrets about how consciousness expresses itself in physical reality. These forces are structurally intertwined as cosmic principles of reception, form-giving, and transformation without force. Understanding this relationship transforms everything about how you perceive the role of receptivity, intuition, and cyclical wisdom in your personal growth journey, regardless of your gender. The feminine principle operates through liquid intelligence as the organizing force that allows consciousness to take form without resistance or struggle. Think about the revolutionary implications of recognizing that true power operates through receptivity rather than force. The decisions you make about how to approach transformation, healing, and manifestation become radically different when you understand that water teaches us to flow around obstacles rather than battle against them. Your mindset shifts from trying to control outcomes to learning how to align with the natural rhythms and cycles that govern all life through liquid consciousness. The most extraordinary example of this principle in action is the menstrual cycle, which functions as a vibrational clock that adjusts to the moon's electromagnetic fields and emotional environment. The hidden truth that mainstream medicine ignores is that uterine fluid changes its composition, pH, and electromagnetic signature based on emotional state, lunar phase, and the collective energetic environment. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this understanding reveals how deeply connected human biology is to cosmic rhythms through liquid intelligence. Behind the scenes of every woman's monthly cycle lies a sophisticated technology for interfacing with cosmic consciousness through fluid intelligence. The impact of this revelation extends far beyond female biology into understanding how all humans can learn to attune to natural rhythms and cycles for optimal health and spiritual development. The journey toward authentic wholeness requires recognizing that linear, forced approaches to growth often work against the cyclical, receptive wisdom that water embodies. Ancient cultures understood that menstrual blood wasn't waste to be hidden away, but sacred fluid containing concentrated life force and cosmic information. Women in these traditions were honored during their cycles as oracles and visionaries because their heightened sensitivity during menstruation allowed them to access information from subtle realms through their intensified connection to liquid consciousness. The revelations available during these times weren't personal bleeding experiences. They were cosmic downloads transmitted through the body's aquatic intelligence system. Modern research confirms that women's electromagnetic fields actually synchronize with lunar cycles when they're not exposed to artificial light that disrupts their natural rhythms. This synchronization occurs through the water in their bodies, responding to the moon's gravitational and electromagnetic influence. Your transformation journey accelerates when you learn to work with these natural cycles rather than forcing linear progress through willpower alone. The feminine principle teaches that reception isn't passive, it's the most powerful force in creation. Water demonstrates this through its ability to shape entire landscapes through patient, persistent flow rather than explosive force. When you apply this wisdom to your personal development, you discover that sustainable change happens through gentle consistency and rhythmic cycles, rather than intense bursts of effort that burn out quickly. The uterine environment serves as a perfect example of how consciousness and water collaborate to create form. The emotional and mental state of a woman directly influences the chemical composition of her reproductive fluids, which in turn affects everything from fertility to the health of potential offspring. This demonstrates how responsibility for creation extends beyond physical actions into the realm of emotional and spiritual preparation through liquid consciousness. Your relationship with cyclical wisdom and receptive power deepens when you recognize that both masculine and feminine principles exist within every person as complementary forces that must be balanced for optimal function. The masculine provides direction and intention, while the feminine provides the liquid medium through which that intention can manifest into form. Now, I want to explore how this receptive, feminine relationship with water operates specifically in sacred rituals and healing ceremonies throughout human history, because understanding how consciousness has been intentionally interfaced with liquid intelligence will reveal exactly why. Write in the comments, "I honor water wisdom," if you're beginning to appreciate how the receptive, cyclical principles of liquid consciousness can transform your approach to growth and healing. Every culture throughout human history has understood something that modern society has forgotten. Baptism and sacred water rituals are not symbolic ceremonies, but precise spiritual technology. When water is touched with sacred intention, prayer, and reverence, its molecular structure actually changes, and it becomes a sacrament capable of transmitting transformational frequencies to anyone who receives it. Your journey toward understanding the true nature of healing and spiritual awakening requires recognizing that these ancient practices were sophisticated technologies for programming liquid consciousness with elevated information. Think about the profound implications of water's ability to be consecrated through conscious intention. The decisions you make about how to approach water in your daily life, whether you treat it as mere H2O or recognize it as programmable liquid intelligence, directly impact the quality of transformation available to you. Your mindset about sacred practice shifts dramatically when you understand that blessing water isn't religious ritual, but practical application of consciousness, water interface technology. Behind the scenes of every authentic sacred water ceremony lies an understanding that liquid consciousness can be charged with specific frequencies that reorganize biological and energetic systems. The impact of this recognition extends far beyond religious observance into the realm of practical healing technology that anyone can access through conscious relationship with water. Hidden truth emerges when you realize that the power to consecrate water exists within your own focused intention and heartfelt reverence. The most extraordinary validation of this ancient wisdom comes from scientific analysis of waters that have been considered sacred for thousands of years. Zamzam water, which has flowed beneath the sacred Kaaba in Mecca for over 3 millennia, shows a more stable molecular structure and stronger electromagnetic field than regular water, maintaining sacred geometric patterns when frozen that mirror the most profound spiritual symbols known to humanity. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this measurable difference proves that sustained reverence and prayer can permanently alter the physical properties of liquid consciousness. The revelations from studying sacred waters around the world consistently show that intention, prayer, and collective reverence create measurable changes in water's electromagnetic signature, molecular coherence, and geometric patterning. This isn't faith healing or placebo effect. It's demonstrable proof that consciousness can program matter through liquid intelligence in ways that persist across time and space. Your transformation accelerates when you recognize that you have access to this same technology through conscious interaction with the water in your own body. Ancient temple builders understood that certain locations naturally amplified the effects of consciousness on water, which is why sacred sites were often built near springs, rivers, or underground water sources. These weren't just convenient locations. They were strategic positions where the Earth's electromagnetic field enhanced the programming capacity of liquid consciousness. The journey toward authentic spiritual development requires understanding that your body is essentially a portable sacred site, where consciousness and water continuously interact. Modern research confirms that water exposed to sustained prayer, meditation, or ceremonial blessing maintains its altered properties even when transported great distances or stored for extended periods. This demonstrates that liquid consciousness can hold and transmit information patterns that transcend normal physical limitations. The impact of understanding this extends into every aspect of healing, manifestation, and spiritual practice. The beauty of recognizing water as Programmable sacred technology is that you don't need special locations or elaborate ceremonies to begin working with this principle. Every glass of water you drink, every shower you take, every tear you shed is an opportunity to participate consciously in the ancient art of consecrating liquid consciousness through focused intention and genuine reverence. Now, I want to explore how this sacred relationship with water specifically operates within the context of healing and forgiveness, because understanding how liquid consciousness processes and releases emotional trauma will reveal exactly why water-based healing practices have been so. Write in the comments, water holds sacred frequency, if you're beginning to understand how intention and reverence can literally transform the molecular structure of liquid consciousness into healing technology. The relationship between sound and water goes far deeper than most people realize. Sound doesn't just travel through water like a message. Passing through a medium, it transforms water at the molecular level, restructuring its entire energetic signature. Water serves as receptacle, amplifier, and molder of whatever sound transmits through it, which means every word you speak, every tone you produce, every vibration you create is literally reshaping the liquid consciousness that comprises 70% of your being. Your transformation journey accelerates dramatically when you understand that sound is actually a technology for reprogramming your biological reality through liquid intelligence. Think about the revolutionary implications of recognizing your voice as a tool for molecular transformation. The decisions you make about which words to speak, which tones to sustain, which emotional frequencies to express through sound are continuously restructuring the water matrix within every cell of your body. Your mindset about communication shifts from seeing words as mere information exchange to understanding them as vibrational instructions that program your liquid consciousness in real time. Behind the scenes of Masaru Emoto's groundbreaking research lies one of the most profound discoveries about human potential ever documented. He showed that the emotional content of sound, regardless of language or volume, is absorbed by water and translated into geometric form. This means that what you say literally becomes what you are, because the vibrational quality of your words imprints itself into the structured water surrounding your DNA, influencing gene expression and cellular function at the most fundamental level. The hidden truth revealed through Emoto's work is that water responds not to the intellectual meaning of words, but to their emotional resonance and authentic intention. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because understanding this principle unlocks one of the most powerful healing technologies available to humanity, the conscious use of sound to transform biological reality through liquid consciousness. When you speak words of love, gratitude, or encouragement, even to yourself, you're generating vibrational patterns that organize the water throughout your body into harmonious geometric structures that support health, vitality, and expanded awareness. When you engage in negative self-talk, complaining, or expressing destructive emotions through sound, you're creating molecular chaos that manifests as physical dysfunction, emotional imbalance, and spiritual disconnection. The impact of this recognition extends far beyond personal development into understanding how collective healing occurs through shared vibrational experiences. Ancient traditions understood this principle intimately, which is why they developed precise practices involving chanting, toning, and sacred sound. These weren't just spiritual exercises, they were technologies for optimizing human consciousness through the intentional restructuring of liquid intelligence. The revelations from modern research validate what mystics and healers have known for millennia. That sound is the bridge between consciousness and matter, with water serving as the medium through which this transformation occurs. Your journey toward authentic healing requires recognizing that every conversation you have with yourself, every word you speak aloud, Every sound you make is either organizing or disorganizing the liquid crystal matrix of your being. The beauty of this understanding is that you already possess the most sophisticated sound healing technology ever created. Your own voice guided by conscious intention and authentic emotion. Modern research in bioacoustics confirms that specific frequencies can restore coherence to chaotic biological systems, reduce inflammation, and accelerate healing processes. These effects occur because sound waves interact with the structured water in your cells, creating standing wave patterns that either support or disrupt optimal cellular communication and function. Now, I want to explore how this sound-water relationship specifically operates in the context of emotional healing and trauma release, because understanding how vibrational frequencies can dissolve stuck emotional patterns stored in your liquid consciousness will reveal exactly why practices like write in the comments, "My words reshape my water," if you're beginning to understand how every sound you make is literally programming the liquid intelligence that flows through your entire being. The ancient mystics who authored the Zohar possessed profound insights that modern science is only beginning to validate. They described creation itself as occurring through the separation of waters above and waters below, with the upper waters being pure divine soul matrices containing ideas before they crystallize into physical things. This isn't metaphorical language. It's a precise description of how consciousness operates through liquid intelligence at different vibrational frequencies to manifest reality itself. Your transformation journey deepens exponentially when you understand that you exist simultaneously in both realms of water with access to pure divine ideas through the liquid consciousness that flows within you. Think about the revolutionary implications of recognizing that your thoughts and inspirations might actually be downloads from these upper waters of pure divine intelligence. The decisions you make about how to attune to these subtle frequencies, how to quiet the mental noise that obscures this connection, how to become receptive to the flow of divine ideas through your liquid consciousness directly impact your capacity for creative manifestation and spiritual awakening. Your mindset shifts from seeing inspiration as random mental activity to understanding it as conscious participation in the cosmic flow of liquid wisdom. Behind the scenes of your everyday awareness, a constant exchange is occurring between the waters above and the waters below through the liquid matrix of your being. The hidden truth that emerges from this understanding is that the human body functions as a highly programmable liquid field, where each cell contains structured water that responds to frequencies, light, sound, intention, and emotion in real time. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because grasping this principle unlocks the secret of how consciousness directly programs biological reality through liquid intelligence. The impact of recognizing your body as a programmable liquid field extends far beyond personal healing into the realm of understanding how human potential can be consciously developed through precise interaction with water consciousness. Every cell in your body contains this structured water that acts like a biological antenna, continuously receiving and transmitting information between your individual awareness and the cosmic field of liquid intelligence that the Zohar calls the waters above. Ancient Kabbalistic practices were designed specifically to facilitate this connection between upper and lower waters through conscious breathing, prayer, and meditative states that harmonize the liquid consciousness within the body with the divine frequency patterns flowing from higher dimensions. The revelations available through these practices aren't abstract spiritual experiences, they're practical technologies for downloading creative intelligence and healing information through your liquid biofield. Modern research confirms that the structured water in your cells can indeed be programmed through conscious intention, emotional coherence, and exposure to specific frequencies. This programmable quality means that your journey toward optimal health, expanded awareness, and creative fulfillment becomes a matter of learning how to consciously interface with the liquid intelligence system that you are. The beauty of this understanding is that you don't need external technology or complex procedures. You already contain the most sophisticated consciousness-water interface ever created. The separation of waters described in the Zohar reflects the fundamental principle that consciousness expresses itself through liquid intelligence at different levels of density and coherence. The waters above represent pure potential, divine ideas, and cosmic templates for creation. The waters below represent these same patterns crystallized into physical form through the liquid matrix of biological systems. Your transformation accelerates when you learn to consciously bridge these realms through practices that harmonize your internal water with cosmic frequencies. Your body's programmable liquid field responds most powerfully to coherent emotional states, genuine intention, and sustained focus. When you approach your daily hydration, bathing, and even crying as opportunities to consciously program your liquid consciousness, you begin to experience healing and transformation that transcends conventional understanding of what's possible through biological systems. Now, I want to explore how this programmable liquid field specifically responds to the practice of forgiveness and emotional release, because understanding how water processes and dissolves stuck emotional patterns will reveal exactly why liquid consciousness serves as the primary pathway for. Write in the comments, "I am programmable." Liquid consciousness. If you're beginning to understand how your body functions as a divine interface between cosmic intelligence and physical reality through structured water. The ancient Taoist masters understood something about water that goes far beyond what we typically consider healing or transformation. Their tea ceremonies weren't casual social gatherings, but precise alchemical operations where leaves were selected not for their flavor, but for their vibrational fields, and water was consciously charged with intention to maximize vibrational absorption. These wise practitioners recognized that when consciousness, plant intelligence, and liquid awareness combine with focused intention, they create elixirs capable of transmitting information that transcends ordinary biological limitations. Think about the profound implications of approaching your daily relationship with liquids as opportunities for alchemical transformation. The decisions you make about how consciously you prepare, bless, and consume water-based substances directly impact their capacity to carry healing frequencies into your cellular matrix. Your mindset shifts from seeing beverages as mere hydration to recognizing them as potential carriers of liquid intelligence that can reprogram your entire biological and energetic system. Behind the scenes of these ancient practices lies an understanding that extends far beyond the lifetime you're currently experiencing. Water guards memories not just of the present, but of the deep past, other times, soul times, with vibrational capacity that extends beyond any single biography. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this revelation opens doorways to healing that most people never imagine possible when they realize that the water in their body carries information from multiple lifetimes and dimensional experiences. The hidden truth that emerges from understanding water's trans-temporal memory capacity is that your healing journey isn't limited to processing emotions and traumas from this current incarnation. The liquid consciousness flowing through your being contains vibrational imprints from other existences, ancestral patterns, and even future potential timelines that influence your present experience in ways that conventional therapy never addresses. Your transformation accelerates dramatically when you recognize that working with water consciousness can facilitate healing across multiple dimensions of time and space. Ancient Taoist alchemists developed specific protocols for activating these deeper memory layers within water through combination of intention, breathwork, plant allies, and ceremonial preparation. They understood that certain vibrational states could unlock what they called soul water, liquid consciousness that retained information from before birth and after death, connecting individual awareness with the eternal flow of cosmic intelligence. The impact of accessing this level of liquid memory extends far beyond personal healing into the realm of evolutionary transformation. The revelations available through conscious work with trans-temporal water memory often manifest as sudden insights about recurring life patterns, inexplicable fears or attractions, spontaneous healing of chronic conditions, and access to knowledge or abilities that seem to come from beyond current experience. Your journey toward authentic wholeness requires recognizing that you're not just healing this lifetime's wounds. You're clearing vibrational distortions that may have accumulated across multiple existences through the liquid intelligence that carries your soul's complete history. Modern research into cellular memory and epigenetic inheritance provides scientific validation for what these ancient practitioners knew intuitively. Information can be stored and transmitted through biological systems in ways that transcend individual lifespans, with water serving as the primary medium for this transgenerational and trans-temporal information transfer. The decisions you make about healing and transformation ripple through the liquid matrix of your being, affecting not only your current experience, but potentially influencing future expressions of your soul's evolutionary journey. The beauty of understanding water's capacity to hold multidimensional memory is that every glass you drink, every tear you shed, every moment of conscious hydration becomes an opportunity to engage with the deepest levels of your soul's healing process. You're not just working with this lifetime's emotional patterns, you're participating in the cosmic process of consciousness evolution through liquid intelligence. Now I want to explore how this multidimensional aspect of water memory specifically operates in the context of forgiveness and karmic healing, because understanding how liquid consciousness can dissolve patterns that span multiple lifetimes will reveal exactly why certain emotional blocks seem so persistent and how, right in the comments, water remembers my soul journey. If you're beginning to sense how the liquid consciousness within you carries information and healing potential from across multiple dimensions of time and existence, the deepest healing available to human beings doesn't happen through analyzing past wounds or forcing yourself to think positively about people who've hurt you. True forgiveness operates as vibrational rewriting that dissolves the emotional crystallization of pain stored within your interior water. When you enter a genuine state of forgiveness, your heart's electromagnetic field literally reorganizes the internal water structure throughout your entire body, breaking up the frozen patterns of resentment, anger, and hurt that have been disrupting your biological harmony for years or even decades. Think about the revolutionary implications of understanding forgiveness as a technology for restructuring liquid consciousness rather than just an emotional or spiritual practice. The decisions you make about releasing old grievances, letting go of victim stories, and choosing compassion over resentment are directly rewiring the molecular architecture of your aquatic biology. Your mindset about healing trauma shifts dramatically when you realize that forgiveness isn't about being nice to people who wronged you. It's about freeing the trapped vibrational patterns in your water so that life force can flow freely through your system again. Behind the scenes of authentic forgiveness, a measurable biological transformation occurs that can be detected through advanced electromagnetic monitoring equipment. The HeartMath Institute has documented how coherent heart rhythms generated during genuine forgiveness create cascading effects throughout the body's liquid matrix, restoring optimal communication between cells and organs that may have been disrupted for years by the chaotic frequencies of unresolved emotional pain. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because understanding this mechanism provides the missing link between spiritual practice and biological healing. The hidden truth about why forgiveness is so powerful becomes clear when you recognize that emotional trauma doesn't just affect your psychology. It creates areas of crystallized density within your liquid consciousness that block the natural flow of healing. Intelligence throughout your system. The impact of learning to consciously dissolve these crystallizations through heart-coherent forgiveness extends far beyond emotional relief into the realm of physical regeneration and spiritual awakening. Modern medical research is beginning to validate what ancient healing traditions have always known about the relationship between forgiveness and biological transformation. In experimental Japanese hospitals, water exposed to coherent sound frequencies and wellness affirmations before patient administration shows 35% faster recovery rates compared to standard treatment protocols. This isn't placebo effect or wishful thinking. It's measurable proof that consciousness can program liquid intelligence to carry specific healing information directly into biological systems. The revelations from these clinical trials suggest that the future of medicine may involve consciously programming the water used in all therapeutic interventions, from IV fluids to surgical irrigation solutions. When water is charged with healing intention, forgiveness frequencies, and coherent electromagnetic patterns, it becomes a carrier wave for consciousness-based healing that works synergistically with conventional medical treatments to accelerate recovery and optimize outcomes. Your journey toward authentic healing requires recognizing that every glass of water you drink, every tear you release, every moment of genuine forgiveness is an opportunity to participate consciously in the reprogramming of your liquid biology. The beauty of understanding forgiveness as vibrational technology is that you already possess everything needed to begin this transformation process. Your heart's electromagnetic field, your conscious intention, and your willingness to release what no longer serves your highest good. Ancient traditions understood that forgiveness wasn't just about interpersonal relationships. It was about restoring the natural flow of liquid consciousness through the body by dissolving the energetic blockages created by unprocessed emotional experiences. The decisions you make about practicing forgiveness ripple through your entire aquatic matrix, potentially affecting everything from immune function to creative expression to spiritual insight. Now, I want to explore how this understanding of liquid consciousness as programmable healing technology connects with the emerging field of consciousness-based medicine and the recognition that human beings are essentially biological interfaces for cosmic intelligence expressing itself through. The time we're living through right now represents a pivotal moment in human evolution that goes far deeper than technological advancement or social change. This era will be hydric, or it won't be at all, meaning that the future of human consciousness depends entirely on our collective awakening to the liquid intelligence that flows within and around us. Your personal transformation journey is no longer just about individual healing or growth. It's about becoming an alchemist of your own water, consciously reprogramming your internal liquid matrix with word, silence, and truth to elevate the frequency of humanity itself. Think about the profound responsibility and opportunity this presents. The decisions you make about how to work with your own liquid consciousness directly impact the collective field of human awareness, because water connects all life through an invisible network of shared information. Your mindset about personal development shifts dramatically when you realize that every moment of conscious hydration, every genuine prayer, every act of forgiveness ripples through the planetary water system and contributes to the awakening of our entire species. Behind the scenes of global transformation, a new type of human being is emerging. One who understands that consciousness and water are inseparable partners in the evolution of life itself. The hidden truth about this hydric era is that those who learn to consciously collaborate with liquid intelligence will possess capabilities that seem miraculous to those still operating under the old paradigm of separation between mind and matter. Subscribe to the channel and comment from which city and country you're watching us, because this understanding places you at the forefront of humanity's next evolutionary leap. The revelations available through mastering the art of water alchemy extend far beyond personal healing into the realm of planetary service. When you become skilled at programming your internal water with coherent intention, authentic emotion, and divine truth, you're not just optimizing your own biological system, you're becoming a conscious participant in the upgrade of human consciousness that our world desperately needs. The impact of this recognition transforms every aspect of how you approach daily life. Your morning glass of water becomes a sacred ritual. Your emotional states become conscious choices about planetary frequency. Your words become tools for collective healing through liquid intelligence. If you've stayed with me through this entire exploration of liquid consciousness, then something deeper than curiosity brought you here. You've just experienced a transmission that most people aren't ready to receive. The understanding that you are liquid intelligence temporarily organized into human form, with the power to consciously participate in your own biological and spiritual evolution through water. This isn't information you stumbled upon by accident. The fact that you resonated with these concepts, that something within you recognized the truth of what we've shared, tells me that you're part of the emerging wave of humans who are awakening to their role as conscious collaborators with liquid intelligence. The journey we've taken together through ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science reveals technologies for transformation that have been hidden in plain sight. If this resonates deeply with your soul, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel, because we're just getting started. Every video we create here is designed to bridge the gap between mystical wisdom and practical application, giving you tools that actually work for real transformation. You'll discover more about consciousness technologies, ancient practices validated by modern science, and ways to optimize your relationship with the intelligence that flows through all life. Leave a comment saying, "Water remembers everything," if you made it to the end and feel called to begin working consciously with your own liquid intelligence. I read every comment, and there's something powerful about declaring your intention to embark on this path of conscious collaboration with water consciousness. If this content created a shift in how you see yourself and your potential, a like helps this message reach others who are ready for these revelations. We're building a community of water alchemists who understand that personal transformation and planetary healing happen through the same liquid medium. There's a video right here that takes this understanding even deeper into practical application, showing you specific techniques for programming your water consciousness and working with liquid intelligence for healing and manifestation. Click and continue with me over there, because your journey as a conscious water alchemist is just beginning.